a good boy. Sit. Good boy. All right now. He's a good boy. Lay down. Oh, who's a good boy? Hey guys, it's Glenn from GMP Custom Fabrications. Today I am going to finally install this. If you are following me on Instagram, you're familiar with this already. And if you've read the comments on Instagram, you know what it is. It is a remote setup for my air ride. So I can lift and lower my air ride when I'm at a car show or something. So I'll be installing that on today's video. Alright guys, if any of you follow DeBoss Garage on YouTube, which I highly recommend, here, I don't know, about 6 months or so back, he, on his Duramax wrecker truck that he's building, I don't even remember what kind, it's an old Chevy truck that he's making a wrecker out of, putting a blowed Duramax in it. Anyway, he is running an air ride system on it, and he did a video on key fob type wireless controls for it, and he posted a link to where he bought it on Amazon, and I followed that link because it's something that I was interested in doing also. So I got it and been waiting. It wasn't something I was worried about getting done right away, but when the weather got hot, it gave me something to work on once I got all the stuff ordered in for it. But it consists of this. This is the receiver, and we got 4 little relays on it. It sends out 4 different signals, which I go, these won't handle the amperage of the air solenoid, air valve, so I had to run them to the bigger 30 amps to make sure I had enough to carry that. So it was a little bit tricky in the sense that I only had 4 channels to work with, and I normally would have 8 because I've got 4 switches with 3 positions with off, up and down on each one. So I needed the 8 channels. So what I end up doing is running diodes. Each one of these leads come up, and then there's 2 diodes it splits into to send it to each side. Now the truck's going to be wired in from the switches I have inside the cab to these, and I didn't want, this is the only way I could separate it, if you understand what I'm saying. That way if I hit one button, it didn't activate for both bags, it just does for the single bag. Now the key remote, it will be for doing the 2 bags, the 2 front bags and the 2 back bags together. It'd be the 2 front bags together or the 2 back bags together. It won't be able, I won't be able to do the corners, which really I don't need to do when I got it parked anywhere. That's generally if I'm going down the road, I'll still have the tunability of raising or lowering a corner. So that being said, got it all together. You see I got my fuses, got the controller. These where my 8 channels go in. I'll be running wires from the switches into a terminal strip, and then I've got some of this wire here. This is multi-strand, lightweight stuff that I'll be running from the terminal strip in the truck to this terminal strip to give me my 8 channels, and then these will go out to my bags. Bag 1 up down, bag 2 up and down, bag 3 up and down, bag 4 up and down. And so I had decided already, I had a spot there between the seats where my fire extinguisher was. I'm already planning on relocating it, but I went ahead and I got my holes drilled, and now it's just a matter of mounting it in. And I went ahead and made this up. See that? Because this is a low current, low amp circuit side of it, these can be lightweight. It's not an issue. They'll be screwing into these here. And if you look there in the seats, you can see the two leads that come back from the front, and then it splits off into all the different ones for the airbags. So I'll be taking my little snake cable here that I made, that thing, and tying it. The other end will be on the outputs of those, and then I'll be having to lengthen. I'll be lengthening these wires, the ones that go to the airbags now. The ones that go to the airbags now will need to be lengthened because they'll be tying in on the exit side of the unit here. Yeah, these will be going out to the airbag, so I have to lengthen those leads up. So I get camera set up in a good spot, and you can watch me get all mounted up. I just reran those wires from the switches back to the terminal strip last week, and if I had foreseen that I was going to go ahead and get this done, I would have made those a lot longer and ran it all the way back to this, but I did not foresee getting this done that soon. Yeah, something like that, usually people try to tuck that away and hide it, and maybe I'll put the cover over it someday, but at the same time it's kind of cool to look at. So next I'll go ahead and get cable run. Thus far I did not have a plan on what colors to run together or anything like that, so I will go ahead and just put them wherever for now, and then I'll go back and document them before I connect them on the other side. Okay, now this is where it could get tricky if I don't pay attention, because what I'll do now is I have to verify as I go what I have down here and what I have here. So I should be able to go in order, if memory serves. I should be able to go straight across this terminal strip, put these down in the same order I have up here, and it should work. I believe that's the way I've got this bottom part wired up, so we'll find out. I mean, no harm, no foul. If it's not right, it's nothing major. I'll just have to switch some wires around. First wire, yellow or orange. Now I know that these 4 wires here went to the front. Valves are over here on the driver's side, behind the driver's side seat. Alright, so I have those wired up on that side. Now what I have to do is create, I'll take all those wires that I just took loose and make them longer and put female connectors on them, and then I'll be able to run those up to the unit. I'm not going to record all that because that's going to be hot and tedious. It's getting hot out here now. But after I run those, then I'll have to run a hot wire from the fuse box back to it. I could run it from the battery, I guess, but either way, yeah, lengthen all those wires up, and then it'll be ready to try out. And until I run the hot wire to it, nothing will work. So I leave it all unenergized at this point, and whenever I get it all wired back up, I will show you how it works. I don't get called to work. Okay, so I couldn't wait. I went ahead and ran a hot wire from my fuse box. It's just temporary loose wire here, just to make sure that everything was working good. As you can see, there's a little blue light right there that shows the unit's on and working. And listen for the clicks. Now, granted, part of that you're hearing is I'm working the dash switches, but that means my relays are right. And then take the key remote, so far I'm on the right track. All I have to do now is tie in the air valves, lengthen them up so they can make it to that terminal strip there, and then we should have some action. I just couldn't wait. Be right back. Hey guys, all right, it's the next day. I got called to work after I turned the camera off earlier, but what I was doing was lengthening the wires coming up from the valves going to the terminal strip. So I've got those all hooked up, and now, because I didn't take time to mark anything, because I knew it'd take just as long to do it this way, I'm going to go ahead and air up put air in the tanks and try all the switches. And I made it real easy to disconnect these connectors to switch from one to the other. That way I can go ahead and when I find something's not right, then I can just switch two around. It's no big deal. So what I'm going to do is air up the I'm going to go ahead and air up the tank. I can do that without starting the truck, and I don't think I've showed this before, but anybody that's doing air ride, I highly recommend doing this. It just saves you a lot of wear and tear on your equipment. But you can see my air tank, which actually I have two air tanks. I have that one there, and then I have this one here. And even before I put this one in, I had ran a line from that other one back here in the back, where I had put in a female connector. This female connector here, and then this is a double male, a valve with male ends on both ends. And all I have to do is hook up the shop air. I initially did this. It was because my little air compressor I had, the little single electric one, took so dang long to air it up. Now that I have the York 210 system in there, it airs up a lot faster. I wouldn't have to do this to air it up. It takes like 2-3 minutes to get to capacity using it. But this, having this set up like this with the York 210 compressor saved us on our last trip to Fort Smith, Arkansas for the Rusted Riches car show. Eddie that I run down there with, we had trouble with our tires on this trailer, so we had to use an air impact, take the tires on and off, and with the truck running, we were able to run an impact wrench off of the compressor system. And that's something I'd say probably 99% of the vehicles out there with airbags have no ability to do anything like that, unless you're talking tractor trailers, then you could. But most of your vehicles like this wouldn't have enough air capacity to do anything like that. So definitely something to keep in mind when you're building the system. The little electric ones are fine. A lot of people run two of them, and I guess they're happy with running two. This one I know definitely never seemed like enough. It seemed like it always took forever, and then you couldn't really do a lot of up and down playing with it because it took forever to air the bags back up. So downside of me airing up from the shop compressor is it doesn't give me quite as much air as I need to fully raise the truck. But for what I'm doing today, it really won't matter. I just need a little bit of air in there so I can tell what's working and what's not. So let's get to that. Okay, that one's correct. That's the right spot. Okay. Down on that one ended up being up for the one next to it. Down on the driver's side front gave me up air on that one. So obviously I don't have those in the order I thought I did. Okay, that one's right. Alright, got the first two right. Okay, now for the back ones. we go. Okay, I've got it right in the system for the switches up here. Now let's try it for the airbags. Okay, so B, drop them down. Okay, I'm going to have to focus on what's happening on my relays now, because what I'm having is down on A. So I've got 4 different things there. I've got 4 channels, A, B, C, and D. And I should push A, and that should air up the front 2 bags. So this is going to take a minute. I'll turn the cameras off and get right back with you. Alright, so I did have to switch some wires around. Wasn't a big deal. I had a couple over here that needed switched, a couple down here. For the most part, everything was good. I still need to run my permanent wire up to the front, and I'm thinking maybe when I do that, I'll replace this wire here that goes to the terminal strip. I'll go ahead and make a permanent one that goes all the way up to the switches up in the front, but I'll have to get the right connectors to go from that small wire to the switches. But as you can hear, the air compressor airing up now, so we're trying to get up the pressure so we can do a proper testing on this. These interior things. Oh, it's starting to rain outside now. I was thinking about starting the truck up and take it out there to do this with. I don't have the truck running right now, so I'm just going off of shop air, which isn't enough to get it up to proper ride height. You can kind of see we're hanging down a little bit. You scrape into roadkill with that. Get a good look at the back of it. As you can see, we're sitting to one side because of the airbag's not airing up the same rate. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. There's flow controls on the valves, and I'll have to figure out what's up with that. As you can see, so yeah, I can't wait to be at a car show waiting for the judges to walk by and then lift it up and lower it down while they're judging it. That would be interesting. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up there. I got stuff to zip tie and wiring to finalize on it, but that's all I'm going to do on today. This is Glenn for G&P Custom Fabrications, living the dream till the freaking phone rings. Thanks for watching.